Alright, welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond, where we review all your favorite B-movies.
So for those of you who watch our show regularly, you may notice something different. I got a haircut.
That's Dave.
Dave's usually behind the camera. He helps us out with all of our facts and useful information. But today he's in front of the camera.
Today we watched Skeleton Crew. It was about people making a movie within a movie, possibly within another movie. So we'll start off with a girl who, her boyfriend and her got a car accident, and then they went to like an insane asylum, I guess it was, mental hospital.
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy and weird, and something was going on, you didn't know quite what. And then all of a sudden, you see a cameraman in a reflection, and the entire movie changes, and you realize that you had been watching people making a movie the whole time.
We got snuffed.
Yeah,
We got snuffed.
Is that what it's called?
Only because the movie that originally did it was called Snuff.
Just to clarify for the audience, I don't watch horror movies. Trav couldn't be here tonight, so I'm filling in, and this is the first horror movie I've watched in 6 years, maybe?
Skeleton Crew is about a crew making a horror movie, and it turns out that they become in a horror movie, which leaves a lot of questions to whether or not that horror movie was within another horror movie. I want a sequel because I want answers. This film did not give me any closure.
You don't get a sequel.
Oh!
You're the one with no sequel.
This movie, you can divide it into thirds. I feel the first 20 minutes were a waste.
Depends on your goal.
My goal is to see deaths and
Yeah.
boobs. I half expected at the very end you'd see a reflection of another cameraman, and then it ends there.
Steve got shot and blown halfway across the room.
That was fucking awesome.
That was pretty
like,
awesome.
like 2 seconds too late.
But
yeah,
They
that's the problem. The
no,
editing
no.
was not so great.
they Scooby-Dooed it like 3
Come on,
times.
come
no,
on.
they
Go on
Scooby-Dooed
with
it.
any other thing.
But that's what it's called. They Scooby-Dooed it 3 times.
It
Remember?
sounds weird saying that.
That's what they did.
I like it.
Fine,
I'm gonna
okay,
allow
go.
it.
All right, they Scooby-Dooed it 3 times. Shot Steve. You think he's dead? You don't get a sequel. Let's cut to the torch scene.
The director's cut.
Yeah, the
You missed-
director's cut.
You missed the biggest part of the second one.
The actual ending of this movie was supposed to be like the girl realized that she was stuck in this endless loop of movies. And so she took out the pistol that she had that she stole off the boom guy. Oh, you don't get an ending. Killed herself. Oh, wait, this is the director's cut. This chick is still alive. It flipped to the exact same intro as the beginning where you have somebody sitting in the chair, which was obviously now the girl, in front of a camera. He lights a blowtorch and he goes to burn her and that's it. But there's a stinger! John said, you know what? Come on, just fast forward the credits. I'm like, John, for this kind of fucking movie, there's not gonna be a stinger. He was right this time.
So the stinger was the audience watching the movie in the movie theater. And the director, Steve, aka serial killer, is sitting there and the audience gets up and leaves and says, wow, that sucks. There wasn't any tits in it.
I gotta say, the main character,
I get it.
at first I was like, whatever, she's a girl acting. And then the cleavage came out, and my opinion of her completely changed. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I want to see these movies.
Dave's not like that. He's finally like us.
If that's
Yeah,
what you like to
never
watch in your movies, you're not gonna see it in this one. So you don't watch this movie for the movies.
No, don't watch
But
it.
if you want to see man ass, this is your movie.
Fucking bitch!
Okay, so why don't we talk about our favorite scene?
Hold on. This is
Fuck, I'm
going
nailing this, and you're ruining it for me.
You're ruining my debut.
All right, so let's talk about our favorite and least favorite scenes in this movie.
My favorite scene in this entire movie was the stinger. I love the stinger. The stinger takes the cake. It had the best line. It was hilarious, and it left it open for a sequel, which I'm hoping happens, but not so that we could see it all again, but so I can get my closure as to why there were ghosts and why the ghosts were trying to make Steven a snuff filmmaker.
Okay, so my favorite scene, I don't think we've alluded to yet. It was when they were running out of funding for the movie. Like, kind of a theme off the hop when they found out it was like a movie inside a movie was that the actors weren't getting paid, the crew wasn't getting paid. So you see the director, Steve, who ultimately became like the killer. make a phone call to the producer in Los Angeles, I
Yeah,
guess.
it was LA.
So the producer answers the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, you'll have your money by Friday, no problem." And he hangs up, and he's sitting at a pool with a bunch of bikini-clad girls smoking a cigar.
And
And that was the last we saw of that producer. That scene had nothing to do with anything in the movie. He was just like, "Yeah, you get your money." And I think the assumption was like, he's not actually going to send the money. He's just in it for whatever reason.
He's just balling out. for no
Yeah,
reason.
and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck with these guys in Finland," but maybe he did that, maybe he didn't, maybe they got paid, like, I don't know, it didn't explain it at all.
They didn't make it till Friday.
wait,
Well, did he know? Maybe that's the sequel. He's like, "Yeah, I'll pay you, because I know you're not gonna be alive on Friday." If the producer's not in the sequel, then they failed miserably. But if he is, this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen.
My least favorite scene was the first 20 minutes of the movie. Possibly the first 40 minutes of the movie. 57 minutes of the movie. The whole movie was taking place in the 70s, and the girl had to go to the washroom when she was sleeping like in a nice little room by herself. And she used a bedpan. Well, this hospitality is nice, but I mean, this is so convenient. But then she wanted to take that and go dump it out in the fucking washroom. You're just gonna walk around anyway, you may as well just piss there. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pee in Dave's mug and then like, I gotta go upstairs and go to the washroom and then dump this out. I understand that I should just do my business where I need to do my business.
I mean, I've never had to use a bed pad in my life, but I assume they kind of like go under you while you're laying in bed. I mean, that's what they're for. She took it, put it on the floor, and then sat on the floor.
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty sure
that was like the most inconvenient way to use a bed pad.
disabled people do not do it that way because they can't get out of their bed. I'd like to try one now.
yeah, but we're a guy.
Yeah, we throw it on the floor and piss on it from here. If I piss on the floor, I don't care. I'm sorry, nurse. They're gonna have to clean the fucking piss up anyway, because when she got to that room, she just spilt the piss all over the place and slipped on it. Dave, as a guy who doesn't watch horror movies, nor does he really care for the killings in horror movies when he does happen to watch them, how do you feel about the deaths in this movie?
Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind was how related to the movie the deaths were. Everyone seemed to be like killed in a movie-specific way. Guys were killed by like lighting. Guys were killed by sound. One guy was killed by like a dolly, like a camera on a dolly with a knife attached
Which
to it.
was really fucking
Yeah,
sweet.
so you
That
could
was
like
the best
film
death.
the guy like getting killed. So it was a movie about film crew getting killed by film equipment, and I thought that was kind of relevant.
I'd like to touch on that dolly scene. It was obviously the best death in the whole movie. This guy, he's strapped up. Here comes a dolly on a dolly track, coming down with a big ass kind of like a spear thing. I've never even seen a weapon like that, to be honest. It was kind of like the end of a chainsaw if you fucked it up a lot and then stuck it on a stick and then put it under a camera and attached some wheels to it and then rolled it at a guy, and you can see like the blood dripping right off the back end of it. That was the best death.
That was
in the whole movie.
But the one guy died from lighting.
I'm fine with this. But fuck, it is bright though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
A guy died from sound. And what was cool about that was they had blood coming from his eyes and his nose.
Davey almost lost his shit because he's like, if his head explodes.
I didn't want to see that. I'm like, that can't happen. But then his head did not explode.
The weakest death goes to when the makeup girl died. He brutally beat her in the head.
Yeah, with
Prior
a
to that,
hammer.
With a
like
hammer.
3 times,
And then they go to the close-up of her and she's like, perfect, nothing.
Okay, so let's do final thoughts and ratings.
This was actually a really good movie. As much as like I didn't like 3/4 of the movie, 2/3 of the movie, maybe half of the movie was shit. I would have watched them all individually and I loved it, each part of it for what it was. I don't know, I'm dragging this fucking thing on. First part was good as it was, but then it switched to another thing which was also good. And the third thing was way better, and it made up for the rest of the shittier parts. So I'd say yes, this is a good movie. So I'm gonna give this movie 3 movies inside of each other. So like a movie, then a movie, and another movie, and they're all like stacked in each other, and then boop, boop, boop. 3 movies out of 5. Three movies inside of movies out of 5. Not 9. I'm not saying this is worth a 9. This is three movies inside of each other out of 5.
Okay, I enjoyed the movie. As someone who doesn't watch horror movies, I thought the beginning was the best part. I wanted to see that go a little bit longer. But when it turned into a horror movie and like things started happening. People started dying or whatever. I didn't hate it. I would watch a sequel. I would recommend it to a friend. So I'm going to give this 3 man asses out of 5.
I liked the movie. I enjoyed the concept of this movie. I think the idea of making a horror movie within a movie is brilliant. I didn't like their approach. I will say the whole idea with the ghost and who the mystery first filmmaker was stupid, and I want answers. But the whole concept I thought was brilliant. I enjoyed this movie, and because of that, I'm going to give it 3 missing actors out of 5. If you get a chance, watch this movie.
That's how we thought. How do you think? Put it in the comments below.
And
Link
don't worry
arms
about
and sing songs. And videotape it and add it as a video response to this.